Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm using a different gadget for a different camera for this video. So please leave in the comment section, how is this video quality, how is it okay, is it good, is it usable, is it okay in general, how is the video quality? Please leave it in the comment section so that I will know how good or bad the video quality is from your own end. Please, I want to hear from every end of whoever that is going to be watching this video. Thank you very much as you leave a comment or a review on this video quality. So let's get into the video. So the first thing I did is to mark a straight line to form my starting point, and then my fabric is folded into four, so I'm working on my front and back together, and I marked my half length, which is at 13 inches plus 1 inch stitching allowance. So my measurement started from the center front. If you have been following this channel, you must have seen me do this a lot. And then for my neckline, which we just marked, is 3 inches by 3 inches. That's 3 inches for the width and then 3 inches for the depth. And then for the back neckline, which is going to be extending to our zipper allowance, I went down by 1 inch and then I connected it to the front body, to the front neckline, or to the front width. So the next thing I did is to mark my bust point, which is at 7 inches, and I'll connect it straight. So this style is for a 7-year-old. I remember, just like I keep saying, children are not the same. If they are not the same size, even as they are this, sometimes they are of the same age. So make sure you measure your child before going ahead to do all this. So the next thing I marked is half of my shoulder measurement, and I connected it to my bust point. And then at my bust point, I'm going to go ahead and take my bust measurement divided by 4, and I'm adding 1.5 stitching allowance to it. And then since my waistline is the same measurement with my bust point, so I'm just going to go ahead and connect this line straight. But if yours is different, please go ahead and measure your half length or your waist measurement. I almost forgot that I've not added my shoulder slope, so I went down by 0.75, and then I'll connect it to the starting point. And then I'll go ahead and curve my armhole before I cut everything out. If you haven't subscribed up to this moment, please do wait to hit on the subscribe button. If this is your first time of stopping by, hi, nice meeting you for the first time. Please join the family. And to my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support so far. I really appreciate it. So I cut out my back neckline first, and then take out my back bodice, and then cut out my front neckline. So this is my pieces. I've gone ahead to cut out all my lining pieces, and if you have been following me, you know that I use the same fabric most times as my lining. So we're going to go ahead and work on the back neckline. We're going to stitch on the back neckline and also on the armhole. If you want to have an inseam finishing for this style, please go ahead and attach all the attachable on the front neckline. First of all, join the two shoulders, then attach every design that is on the front, and then before you use it to turn your neckline and your armhole. I hope you understand this, but for me, I am not doing any inseam finishing for this front pattern. It is good to sometimes, in fact it's very very good for that inseam finishing. I like it, but the reason why sometimes I don't do it is because if there's any need for adjustment, because we don't come for fitting, you need to start losing up every single thing. So for the white fabric, for the white pieces, I place the front of the white pieces, the back of the white pieces on the front side of my Ankara fabric, and then I use my lining to cover it up. So I'm going to go ahead and pin on my neckline all the way around. Once I am done with that, I'll stitch it all the way around. So this is what I have. I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the ones that I don't need. This is the easiest way for me to do this, so that I can get a perfect line there, because the fabric is quite stretchy. I don't want to have shortage of fabric at that area. So I'll go ahead and notch the neckline and the armhole for the back one. I'm yet to work on the armhole on the front pattern, on the front piece. So once I am done turning it to the right side, I'm going to go ahead and trim off all the excesses that I don't need. So make sure that while placing this your front piece, that is it gets to half of your shoulder measurements. That's what I was showing you guys earlier. So I just pinned it down to keep it in place, and then I'll go ahead and cut out all these excesses that I don't need. So I'm just going to go measure half of my shoulder measurement, and then I'll go ahead and cut this out, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. Once I am done with this, we are going to, at this point I stitched on my armhole, but I'm going to loosen it up so that I'll be able to stitch this white fabric. That's why I didn't tell you guys to stitch on your armhole earlier, but you are going to stitch on the back armhole. So I loosened it up. You can see at this point I had to loosen it up. So I'll go ahead and arrange this white piece, this white fabric well before we continue with the style. So once I open it up well, arrange it well, and then I'll top stitch on both sides of the white piece. So this is it after I was done top stitching on it. We're going to get ahead and bring in our back bodice, and I'm going to be doing front facing front for this. So you're going to be facing the front of your back bodice to face the front of your front bodice. Once I am done arranging this, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my lining. So let's assume the one there is my lining. As you don't know which one is my lining, that's my lining. So I'll make sure I'm going to be matching the two neckline well. Once I match it well, I'll use my lining to cover it up, and then I'll pin that place that I just matched, pin it down before I start arranging every side of the neckline of the shoulder. Sorry. The reason for pinning that place first is so that by the time you're arranging every other part, it doesn't move around. You want to make sure that by the time you stitch it down, that is going to match each other. And while stitching, you're going to stitch, and you're going to be leaving ½ inch away from it so that you can be able to turn the armhole of the front. Remember, we've not turned this to the inside out. So I'll do the same thing for the other shoulder as well, leaving about ½ inch away from the end of the shoulder. I hope you understand this. So this is it after I was done. I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the excess at that neckline area so that it will reduce the bulge there. So I'll turn it to the right side, as you can see what we have. So we're going to go ahead and measure from ½ inch above the waistline to the end of the back bodice. So I'm going to be leaving ½ inch away from the waistline so that we'll be able to attach the gathers, and then I'm going to measure to the back side and also leave ½ inch away from the waistline. So whatever I have there, I doubled the measurement, so I'm going to be doubling. But if you want it fuller, please go ahead and triple it or do what works for you. But for me, I doubled it. And for the width of it is 9 inches. So I'm going to stitch on both ends of the piece. And I have 2 of it because we have 2 shoulders. So this is it after I was done. I'll go ahead and cut out the excess at the edge and then turn it to the right side. Then I'll use my scissors to push it out very well. So once I am done, I'm using this color of bias to turn the rough edges, to close up the rough edge. So I'll go ahead and place this and then stitch it down. Once I am done, I'll turn it and then close it up and then stitch it down, just like the way you pipe your neckline or your armhole. So this is it after I was done with it. So you're going to go ahead and attach it to our bodice when we are ready for it. So I also gone ahead to close up my armhole. Remember we said we left ½ inch, so I close it up and then stitch the remaining ½ inch, and this is what we have after that. So we are going to bring in this strap of clothes for the shoulder area. So I'll fold it into 2. And then I'll be using my chalk to mark the center. Remember at this point you've turned this, so there's no need notching anything. So I'll mark the center, and then I'll go ahead to pin that center to the center of my shoulder, making sure that wherever I'm pinning it, it closes that white, the edge of the white piece that we have. So I'll go ahead and make small place that will look like gathers on it, and then leaving ½ inch away from the waistline to attach our gathers. So this is it after I was done. You can see the style is coming together. So we are still going to be using the same bias to close up the rough edges, and for this we are starting from the waistline, so I've top stitch on both sides of it. So this is it after I was done with it, and I also went ahead to stitch on my seam side by 1.5 inches that we added. This is what it looked like, and for my gathers I've gone ahead to gather it and then hem it as well. So my gather, I just took out my half length and then cut out the remaining of my length. So I'm going to be doing front facing front, and then I'll go ahead and join this. And whilst joining, please take out that ruffle that is on the shoulder line before stitching it down. So this is what it looks like after we are done. After we are done with it, look at this is what it looks like. Look at this, this is the back, and then this is the front. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to close up the zipper allowance and then attach my zipper to it. And that's all for this style. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I also added my book. Give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends, and don't forget to leave a comment on the video quality for me, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.